folks, welcome to Sports Focus. I'm your host, John McNeil. With me we have Mr. Kevin Civils. Right in the eye. We have another natural disaster, Hurricane Irma has devastated another part of this country, ripped through the Caribbean, and now there's, as of what I last saw, about 7 million people without power in about 5 states.
They said that storm was as wide as the state.
Woo!
That's a big storm.
That's a big storm. It's amazing that, we have Commander-in-Chief sitting there, and now he has something in Houston, something in Florida, and the surrounding states, and him being who he is. I mean, it's crazy. I wonder, how does he do it?
Yeah, how much of his money he gonna give up again? He claimed $1 million that he gave to Houston of his own monty. I mean, he gonna give up $1 million more for these people in Florida.
He can do it. Hey, he paid.
I bet you more concerned about his golf course.
Yeah, he paid 30-something million taxes. Reported one year. But enough of that. I hope the people down there is all safe. I know there was some few fatalities, but we all got to do our part and pitch on in. So let's keep it going. Also, the Cleveland Indians. I don't know if anyone really is paying attention to baseball.
20 in a row.
About 20 in a row. That is amazing. They're, I think, the first team in baseball history to have 2 years of 14 or more victories. Pretty amazing. Yeah. Let's hope that this year they could win it. I hope so. That has been a long time. Together. We'll see. And that man is Ezekiel Elliott.
Mr. Fondler.
The judge threw out the suspension. So as of now, it looks like he might be able to play the whole season. But this is, we've all been through this. The Tom Brady fiasco, the Deflategate, and all this other crap.
The NFL will file their appeal for the injunction and see where it goes from there.
So, because they put that word down and they wanted to stick. Me personally, I think that this whole thing is a farce. I think it's nothing to do with domestic violence. It's more of the NFL want to make up for the Ray Rice, Josh Brown. Why are you suspending Josh Brown for 6 games?
Because they said that it didn't seem fair to suspend him for 1 and him for 6. So they're making up the difference. But I think it's all a hue to get your mind off of the Kaepernick issue.
Yeah, just to throw a little, hey.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not worried about Cap anymore. This is our issue now. Yeah. I think that's what it is. I really think that's what it is.
And if I'm Zeke and his people, I will fight this all the way and until the end. Yep. Because it makes no sense to me that if I'm telling you I had nothing to do, I didn't put my hands on this girl, I did not do this. You see that the 2 police departments is like, hey, we ain't got nothing.
No. And they said her story was inconsistent. The bruises on her wasn't consistent with her stories. And they said that she was in an earlier bar fight, which is where the bruises came from. So
I have, and I just like to say this and move on, I have a big-time problem with ESPN's First Take.
Yeah.
I watch them, and I like to hear different opinions. So when I watch ESPN's First Take, they are coming from the perspective that Ezekiel Elliott is guilty.
Right.
And he hit this girl. And I think that is wrong because I thought we're innocent.
Right.
And then they have to find something. Oh, yeah, you did it. I'm just amazed that they could sit up there and say, yeah, you did it, and you're bashing them, basically.
Right.
You're bashing them.
Right.
And their major thing, Kevin, is that since he hasn't got up and had a press conference and said, I didn't do it, that's what they're going by. They want him to, how come he hasn't said he's innocent of this thing? Because I didn't do it, so why should I have to come out and tell you people, oh, no, I didn't do it? You should already know I didn't do it, because if the police didn't find nothing in Columbus, police didn't find nothing in Florida, the girl is lying and all this other stuff. What?
Exactly.
terrible mess. And I feel like, with Cap, same thing with him. It seems like it's sinister. It's a sinister plot that's going on with the NFL.
My biggest thing, get off of it real fast. My biggest thing about Cap, you brought it on yourself. Me personally, I don't feel it's a black ball. You brought it on yourself. You knew there were going to be consequences to your actions. You decided to leave your team with 2 years left. You didn't fight for your job. You didn't even speak about it. You just told them immediately to your release you. You're without a job because of you. You could have asked to be traded. You could have asked anything under the sun for your job. But you immediately say, just release me.
I disagree. I disagree with that because he could have, let's say if he did all that, nobody would have traded for him. 49ers would have just up and released him.
Right.
Because all of those owners.
But you know what? If you did that, I would respect it more. If you would have asked us for the trade, if you would have said, what can I do to keep my job, or what do I need to do to stay a part of this organization? If you asked those questions and they gave you a chance, or they just told you flat out, no, I can respect you then and say, you know what? Yeah, you being screwed over. But you gave no fight. None. I can't see it.
I have a problem with that girlfriend who put that picture up with Ray Lewis. That makes me think what's going on because she represents him. So, enough.
Yeah.
Cap, good luck to you. And Zeke, keep fighting.
Keep fighting, man.
Keep fighting because if you're saying you didn't do it, you didn't do it and keep going.
Right.
NFL Week 2. Any impressions of the first week of the season?
Didn't expect Houston to lose like they did. Did not expect Kansas City to whip on New England like they did. I really didn't expect that. Cowboys defense surprised the dickens out of me. Still not sold on Dak.
Second year, we got to see. I would say Dak had a okay game.
Right.
He was throwing a little high. He missed on Dez a few.
Right, and everybody blamed that on Dez.
And now you blame it on Dez. Yes. But the pass towards that was bad. The pass interference.
Right.
That's behind him. But you know what? Zeke didn't have a great game either.
No, but that's why I told people I'm not sold on him. I will give him. I'm not going to say he's bad. I'll give him the mid-season and see how you come to form, but this is a tougher schedule than last year.
Yeah, and, with Zeke, I feel like he was a little out of shape.
Yeah.
Offensive line, I feel like they didn't play that great either.
No.
I say as a whole,
they didn't play well.
Offense really didn't play that well.
The Giants' offense stunk, so that's made our offense look good.
And I will say this, I believe that the Giants have a top 5 defense.
Yes.
If they didn't get worn down in that game because the offense is doing all these 3 and outs, maybe. But that defense is legit.
Good. Yes.
They will get worn down, and then the defense is going to be trash because that offense is pathetic.
Yes.
And Bob McAdoo with your comb back here, I don't know what's going to happen to the Giants. I actually picked the Giants to win that division.
Right.
Going into the season, I would say the Giants.
My thing is they didn't fix the offensive line and they did not shore up that running game, and they're going to need them both. You shored up on receivers. That combination is good, but if that line don't hold, what good is it?
What did you think about how they said Beckham? Oh yeah, back up the Brinks truck for Beckham because this shows that they need Beckham. They wasn't doing that with Beckham last season.
No, they weren't.
So,
but I think they feel that bringing Brandon Marshall, which is another distraction, will open him up more, which it may do. But he wasn't that spectacular. Like he said, since the catch that he made against Dallas, what have you done? Josh Norman punched you in your mouth a couple of 100 times.
All right, we'll see. Let's move it on to a team that didn't get a chance to play. They had their bye, the Bucks.
Right, because of
the hurricane. Now they have to play all the way through.
That's gonna be.
We'll
tough.
See how that turns out, and
might be in their favor.
Might be in their favor, and it might not. I guess we just gonna have to see. Bears almost pulled out the game against Atlanta.
Yeah.
That was another surprise.
Yes.
That the Bears kept it that close. I thought the Falcons were just going to smack them up.
But like I told you before, I think that the Falcons are going to have one of those years because I think that loss like that in the Super Bowl, just look at Carolina. Just your ego just gets deflated.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a good game because they do have fight.
Yeah, and I'm going to...
This is going to be a tough pick.
It's in Tampa. Famous Jameis is in Tampa. I'm going to take Tampa.
I'll get Tampa at home because, well, then again, it didn't work for Houston with everything that's going on, the home crowd.
Yeah, we'll see how that turn out too.
But I'm going to take Tampa at home. I think they're going to be excited.
Yeah, we'll see. And
their defense is pretty good.
The other team that didn't get the chance to play is the Dolphins. And they are in Los Angeles to play the Chargers, who should have beat Denver.
Yeah, they should have.
It cost me a fantasy game because the dude, Hayward, number 26, dropped the sure interception and had a pick six. So, you know what, Los Angeles Chargers? Forget y'all. I'm right off the rip, and I'm taking Miami. Let's move to the next one. The New England Patriots against the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans.
After that loss, they're going to whip up on them Saints because the Saints seem as if they just died.
Yeah.
After that, after all that stuff that happened with their defense and everything else, they haven't been the same.
When the last time the Patriots lost 2 in a row?
Yeah, been a while.
In the early 2000s, maybe.
Yeah.
Before they became the dynasty. I can't see in this last 10 years they lost 2 in a row.
No.
So
I can't remember.
It don't look good for New Orleans.
No. They're going to have to pull a rabbit out of their behind.
But I will tell you this. I would not be surprised if the Saints won this game going away. Because you know how the Saints are when they're on the road.
Yeah.
When they get home, they play a little better. I'm going to take the Patriots just on the fact that history says that they're
not going to lose 2 in a row,
yeah.
Especially at home.
Especially when they're on the road.
Oh, they're on the road?
Yeah, they're on the road. Okay. We'll see. I'm taking the Patriots. Bills and the Panthers, 2 teams that won their first game. I'm going to go with Carolina.
I'm going to go with Carolina because they seem as if they're trying to get that swag back, and I think they're going to do a good job.
This Christian McCaffrey kid,
yeah,
I was watching the game against San Francisco, and he he touched the ball a lot.
Yes, he did.
So if you picked him up in your fantasy, good job, because he's going to get the ball.
They got him for that, so they can stop Cam from doing all that running.
He's going to get the ball a lot, and that was his first game. He fumbled, so
he'll be okay.
I'm taking Carolina. One of the interesting games of the week, Minnesota at Pittsburgh. I got to go with Minnesota.
That defense is, oh my goodness gracious.
The reason why I take Minnesota because Pittsburgh struggled against Cleveland. So I'm taking Minnesota.
And their defense is, whoa.
They're strong. Philly at Kansas City. Now, we're going to see what Kansas City is all about.
Yeah.
Nice 1 o'clock game. Were they going to come out and do what they did to New England?
But you know what? The good thing about Kansas City and knowing Andy Reid, they're going to pace this game. And I think they're going to do the same thing like they always been. I think they're going to wear them down.
I'm taking Kansas City.
Me too. They're going to wear them down.
The Monday night, Detroit, who sort of surprised me, beating Arizona the way they did. And the New York Football Giants. I'm taking Detroit.
I'm taking Detroit because of their defense going against that offensive line.
Yeah. I don't see the Giants really doing much. So until they can correct it, and I don't know if Beckham's going to play, I don't really think it matters.
No.
The Sunday nighter.
Green
Bay at Atlanta.
I'm going to take Green Bay.
I'm going to take Atlanta.
You think Atlanta?
Because they're going to show up. They're going to prove everybody wrong. Watch. Next game. I actually wanted Atlanta to get stomped, but I'm just being sarcastic. Dallas at Denver.
This is going to be a test for Dak. That Denver's defense.
This is going to be a test for Dak, but it's going to be a test for Lyle Collins because he's going against the best in the business, Von Miller.
Right.
We're going to see on that defensive line.
That's going to be good.
That's going to be
that's going to be
watch
good.
Number 71 against number 58 in Denver. You'll see a great matchup, and we're going to see how that offensive line come through.
That's right.
But in this particular game, Denver's defense, the run defense is not that great.
No.
I'm taking the Cowboys
because of the run.
Their run defense is good. Now you're setting Dak up for the.
That pass rush is going to be
I think my Cowboy defense can get some turnovers and some sacks.
I'm hoping so.
Folks, that's all the time we have for you. Thank you, Mr. Civils. And thank you for joining. Peace.